A very good morning to everyone. Now let me discuss a new topic today, that is constructors. So constructors mainly in Java, we'll have a discussion. Now here we are going to following the same book, that is complete reference, and also some other resources. And in this one we are going to talking about the stuff like definition followed by the types of constructors. Now let me start about this constructors. Now once the Java allows the objects to initialize themselves when they are created. Meaning of here is this is automatically initialization is performed through the use of constructor. Now what is the meaning of initialization and declaration? Here we'll talk about that initialization and declaration. Now when you are discussing in normal C, int a semicolon, what is this called as? This is called as declaring a variable, right? This is called as declaring a variable. Now when you are assigning int a equal to 10, int a equal to 10 here, then it is called as what? Initialization, right? In the same fashion, over here, if you are going to have student s1, this is called what? Declaring or just declaring object reference variable. Just you are declaring, but not you are creating variable. Okay. Now now student s1 equal to new student, it is called as, here it is called as, you are going to be whenever this is up to here what, it is a declaring an object reference, up to here is what, creation of object, up to here is what, initialization of an object. So to initialize is nothing but what, in previous example, once you created an object, you had to be assigned that one. Initialization means what, how do you are initializing a variable? With the help of assignment operator, a equal to 10, the 10 value you are going to be initializing as a with the help of assignment operator. You are assigning, initialization means what, assigning a particular value to a particular variable. Now in this concept in Java, initialization means same as assigning. How you are going to assigning? With the help of constructors, whatever you are constructing the class over there, for that class whatever you have created the object, for this object you have to be initializing, means mapping, you are going to be assigning that object to that particular class. To initialize that one, to assign that one, you need to be have constructors. That is the main objective of constructor. So object creation is what? Object creation is to map a particular class, that is to become as a class object. So to become as class object, who will be mapped between object creation and the class is the constructor. So the automatic initialization is performed through the use of constructor. So the definition of constructor is, a constructor initializes an object immediately upon creation. Once the object has created, immediately the constructor automatically initialize, means assign the total class to that particular object. So it has the same name as the class name. Already we have discussed this. Now method name and class name is different. Is method name can be have any user defined name, but constructor name must and should be the class name. That only the difference between method and the constructor. The class name as same as it is the constructor name, whereas for the methods it will be a different name. The functionality whatever you are performing for the method, how you are writing the code syntax for method, same you can apply for constructor also. So once you are going to defining this, the constructor is automatically called when the object is created before the new operator completes. Before the new operator only, here before it is completing, that is student s1 equal to new. Before completing that new statement, the constructor automatically initialized to that object creation. Okay, so the definition of constructor is, the main purpose is to initialize an object immediately upon creation. As I said you, there are two main rules for defining a constructor. The first rule is the constructor name same as it is the class name. The second rule is the constructor must have no explicit return type. So these are the two rules for that. Now coming to the types of constructors, we have two types of constructors. One is default constructor. The default constructor also called as no argument constructor. The parameterized constructor, the second one, where we are going to passing the parameters. In the example, in the previous example, just of what we have discussed here, this is called zero parameter, zero argument constructor. This is, now when you want to pass the any parameters for here, you can pass like this. You can pass here 11 or any name. Like this also you can pass the parameters. Now if we have no parameters, then it is called as default constructors or no argument constructor. If you are passing the parameters, then it is called as parameter constructor. Maybe it is a one parameter, two parameter. Parameters here nothing but arguments. Maybe a one parameter, one argument, or two arguments, three arguments. It is called as parameterized constructors. Right? Now let me see the examples for default constructor. See here in this class, in this one, the definition of default constructor is a constructor that has no parameters is known as default constructor. Remember the word no parameters. So what is the other name for default constructor is no arguments constructor. See the syntax, class name followed by the open branches and close branches. Now this is same as the method, the syntax of method, only the name of the constructor is same as the class name. See the example we'll discuss here. We are creating a class called as bike1, and in this bike1 class we are making a default constructor. How we can say it is a constructor or method? It is the same as class name. Bike1 is the same as the class name. If the method name is same as the class name, then that method is called as constructor. If it is not same, then it is called as a method. So in this one, just we are displaying a statement bike is created. Now I'm just calling a method, main method, and we are going to calling a default constructor. So already you're aware how to create an object and how to call a default constructor. So once it is called, how the execution starts in Java, the execution starts from main method. This is the first step. It will execute it by JVM. Once the main is completed, next we'll go for the next statement, bike B1, bike1 B equal to new bike1. So as I said in the previous slide, automatically the constructor will calls invoked for this one. So the bike1 will call the default constructor over here. Now it will cause this and display a message called as bike is created. Now let me have see the rule where when we don't have any constructor, if there is no constructor in a class, then the compiler automatically creates a default constructor. Example, here it is clearly showing the example. The example talking about, here the example talks about, see the example talks about here. Here I am going to creating a class called as bike, right? Now inside that there is no constructors are available. What we'll do is once you compile the program, at the time it will be look like as class bike. Automatically a default constructor will be called by the compiler. So if you have a constructor, it will no problem. If you don't have a constructor in a particular class, automatically it will be called a default constructor for that particular class. So that is the advantage of this one. So let me see run the program of bike. Let me run the bike program. So this is the code, right? So bike1 system.out. This is the code. This is a simple code for running of default bike constructors. So I'm saving this file as bike1.java. How to save? Save as. Already have saved it. For your better understanding, I'm just one more time I'm showing. Click on save, type as all files, bike1.java. Click on save. It's already there. So now go to that particular folder where it is in my desktop, Java examples there. Now go to the address bar, click on CMD, or else in the search box also you can go for open a command prompt. So directly let's open the path. Now how to compile the program? Java C space bike1.java. Enter. If we don't have errors, it will go for the next prompt. Now how to compile? Java space bike1. Bike is created. This is the default constructor it is creating over here. So this is how it can be run the program. And the next, coming to the next part, Java parameterized constructors. So Java parameter constructor here, only the difference between the default and this one is have parameters. There is no parameters in the default, but here in the Java parameter constructor, have parameters is known as parameter constructor. So parameter constructor, why we are going to using is to provide different values to distinct objects. Not only every time we are performing 2 parameters or 3 parameters, depends on different tasks to perform. We are going to using this parameters constructors. Now see an example here. Methods that takes parameters except class name. Except the class name, both method and constructor is same as it is. Except that only one difference between method and constructor. That is, the class name has same as the method name in constructors, whereas the other methods, there is no same class name for the method names. Now I'm creating a class called as student2 and 2 data members I'm going to creating here, roll number and name. Now I'm just creating once it is. See here a 2 parameters constructor, 2 parameter constructor R and N. Now I'm just using one more method here. How to define this a method and class? This is a method and a constructor. The method name is same as the class name, then it is called as constructor. If the method name is not same as the class name, then it is called as method. Now in this method, I'm just displaying a roll number and name. That is the end of the method. Now I'm starting from public static void main. The execution starts from here. Now I'm just creating 2 objects, S1, S2. So this is 2 parameters constructor, triple 1 Kiran, triple 2 Aryan. So this S1 is creating and will call the constructor, S2 constructor. So in R, it maps when it is S1 object is created, R it is triple 1. In string N, it will be Karan. When you are creating S2 object, again it goes to calls the parameterized constructor. Now at the time in R triple 2 and in N it is RN. Now I am calling a method S1.display method. So what will be there in S1? In S1 it is mapping S1 dot, that is your the roll number, and S1 dot your means total whatever the constructor you are going to creating. S1 is now mapping to what? Roll number as well as the name. S2 is mapping to what? Roll number as well as for name. Now when you want to display the message, we are going to be, when you are calling a method inside a class which is available inside a class, to access that one, we need to create this object. Already we have created S1. So how to call the student2 method display my information? Object name dot method name. So object name is S1 dot display information, S2 dot display information. When you call the S1 dot display information, it goes to here and it will be display this information, roll number as well as name. When you call S2, it will be called this function, display information. It display the roll number and name. So when you're calling S1 dot display, what is the output? Roll number triple 1, name Karan. Like this both will be, that is triple 1 space Karan. When you call S2 dot display, what is the output? Triple 2 space Arya. That is how we are writing here, right? So how to concatenate the one output to another output is with the help of plus symbol. Whereas in the normal C, we are going to using comma, A comma B comma C. The addition of 2 numbers is percentage D comma percentage D comma percentage D, where A percentage D plus percentage D is percentage D, means A comma B comma C. We are separating with comma. Now here, each variable, when you want to be display each member value, it is going to be have concatenate, because everything in Java will be treated as string. That's why roll number plus the space here, the roll number plus the space here, the space plus name. We are giving like this. Like this, you can run the program in Java environment. Okay. Now what we have discussed in the constructor, we have discussed what is the main purpose of the constructor, followed by the types of constructors, that is default constructors and parameterized constructors. We have seen the different examples for default as well as for parameterized constructors.